Hey everybody, welcome to That EFIN Sports Show. We got a good one for you today because today we are going to make you some money, not through prop bets, but through the enjoyment of playing the game, just like you always do when you go to EliteFantasyGames.com. They have some of the best fantasy-based games on the internet. I love playing these games, and today we get to welcome in one of the creators and the guys who helped run this thing, super mad mathematician genius, Excel assisted Daniel Weiss from EliteFantasyGames.com. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course. We have to have you on because the tournament is right around the corner. Conference championships playing out. They will finish up Selection Sunday coming up in just a couple days. And you guys, as usual, are ready to go for this tournament. We have, the things that everybody's doing all over the country, and that's the brackets. You have a men's bracket for $10. You have a women's bracket because they are fantastic games as well. Also for $10. And in this one, you can actually get 3 entries. You can get up to 3 entries. So you can do multiple brackets in this one.
Absolutely. And if you've never tried the women's bracket, I've enjoyed the women's bracket a lot more than the men's bracket the last couple of years. So go Stanford.
Yeah, go South Carolina. I live here. I can't help it. So aside from the brackets, everybody's going to be doing these. So these are no brainers. The thing that I like about Elite Fantasy Games is you guys are zero rate. You guys take nothing away from this. So you put in $10. There's a prize at the end. And I imagine the brackets are going to be based on entries.
Absolutely. And we pride ourselves on taking no rake and paying out 100% of what we collect. And everyone does brackets, so we do as well. They're a lot of fun. Everyone fills one out. Everyone's mother fills one out. Everyone's grandmother fills one out. So might as well do it with the group of players who you're playing with all year.
100%. Then we get into where EliteFantasyGames.com really excels, and that is adding the twist and kind of throwing in your own things and making it more fun than just the average bracket. Do the average bracket, but don't forget another $10 for Pure Madness. Now explain how Pure Madness goes out. You guys are about to see what Elite Fantasy Games brings to the table, and it's just going to get worse. But Pure Madness, let's go.
Absolutely. Pure Madness is one of our favorite games. We started it a couple years ago. We want to be the home of the unusual game or the off-the-wall game, and Pure Madness is just a great example of that. In this game, you get to pick any 8 schools you want. Any 8 schools that are part of the men's bracket of the 68, you pick 8 of them, and you'll score 1 point per win. Now, that seems pretty simple, but here's the twist. That point is multiplied by the team's seed.
So if we've got a team, so I can pick 8 teams, just picking the favorites isn't going to get me the win. Because if I just go contrarian, if I go chalk, I'm only going to get 1 or 2 points for the win. But if I can find the guy who's going to make the teams that are going to make a deep run, that's where the points are. So really, you're looking for the Cinderella stories in this one.
Absolutely. And you have to balance the two, because a 1 seed winning the tournament only is going to score you 6 points. But that 11 seed who wins 1 or 2 games, that's 22 points right there. So the trick in finding the balance to win this game is finding that balance between the teams that are going to win and the higher seeds that are going to win as well. That's why we call it Pure Madness, because you can go crazy just picking your 8.
Northwestern just got very popular. So Pure Madness, that's $10 as well. Again, zero rake. That's a 1 entry limit. Get in there, pick your teams and find those deep Cinderella runs, and you can definitely make some cash. Then we go into this one. Like I said, these are just going to get progressively more fun as it goes on. This is a $20 buy-in. This is the March Madness Classic.
This was our first March Madness game we created over 10 years ago when we started EFG. And this one, there's something about a pool where the whole field's open to you, but what we find is a lot of fun is when the whole field is not open to you, when you have to compete for the schools that you think are going to do well. And Supreme is really simple. We're going to log on Monday night. So you've had about 24 hours to look at the bracket and make your choices. But then we're going to have a snake draft, and everyone's going to be able to draft 6 schools. But we're doing a snake draft just like a fantasy football draft with 1 through 12 and then 12 through 1, and everyone's going to get 6 teams. You're drafting teams. That's correct.
Okay, not so players, this one is actually teams. Limited. This one has limited space then as well.
This only the first 12 people who sign up get to play this one. That's correct.
Man. Okay. All right. That's important to know. All right. So snake draft, you get 6 teams.
The twist on this one, to make it even more fun and crazy and maddening, if you will, you're going to score 1 point per win for your schools that are seeds 1 through 8. But all the schools that are seeds 9 through 16, they get 2 points per win.
Okay. So you're trying to mix it up now. Now you're trying to get a mix of people that are going to make a deep run with your favorites, 8 and above, but you're also hoping to find 1 or 2 Cinderella teams that go deeper than they should, and those ones ones that are really going to be the ones responsible probably for getting you the win.
Absolutely, and it makes the second half of the draft even more fun than the first.
Okay, let's get hectic now. It's a $50 buy-in, but March Madness Supreme, this one brings the heat. This is really, the classic says Elite Fantasy Games. This one says why Elite Fantasy Games is out of their mind and so much fun.
Oh, well, thank you for that. We've been working on this one for years. We rolled it out last year and it was a huge success. So this is year 2 of Supreme. This one we will be having on Wednesday night. So the night before the tournament really starts, we'll be having a video conference for an online auction, but not any other auction, not a traditional auction, an elite style auction, which has its own set of rules. But it's, trust me, it's a unique auction that you've never had before because we created it 10 years ago.
And I've done one. I've done this Elite Fantasy, this elite auction style for, I think I did the NHL, which I think we're still playing. And yeah, it's a lot of fun and it's definitely different than your normal auction. You got to go into this knowing that stuff's about to get crazy and you're going to get your $50 worth. The auction is fun enough, but then we get into the game.
Then this game has a different payout than anything we've ever done before. In this game, your payouts are based on bounties. And what we mean by that is when your team beats another team, the amount of money you win is based on how much that other team went for in the auction.
So when you take a team down, you're going to rack up this money, and then whoever has the most money at the end is going to get the real prize?
Well, you're going to get the money then right there, but also there's a bigger payout at the end for having the most money, yes. That adds on to your additional money. We had people last year who won just $3 and that they got their $3 payout after their $50 investment. But of course there was people who won $133 last year too. So but that bounty, once your team beats that team, that bounty becomes yours, and that's a payout that we'll pay at the end of the game no matter what.
So what you have to understand when you're playing this game is your $50 is a real $50. Your money is live when you go in there. That's why the $50 is so important, because you're going to buy your teams with your $50 and that's all you got. Everybody else, you only got $50. But if you can steal that win from somebody who spent $10, $11, $12 to get that favorite pick, then you just got yourself, well, $10, $12, $11 of real money. And again, zero rate. You're not going to, when you see that you won $12, you won $12. When you see that the entire pot is $250 or whatever it's going to be, that's how much money is going out at Elite Fantasy Games. That's why we like these guys, because they make it fun and you actually get all your money.
And we do it for the love of gaming. People ask us all the time why we do it for free and why we spend the hours upon hours upon hours doing what we do. We do it because we love it. My partner, Cody, and I started this because we wanted people to play with us. So we do.
Don't take that the wrong way, everybody.
No. I mean, we created these games so people will play these games with us because we wanted to play these games. That's why we do it. We do it because we love it. We do it because we're passionate about it. We don't do it to make any money. This is our hobby. We both have real jobs that pay us money, and we just do this on the side to make life more interesting, because sports is more fun when you have a little money on it.
And what's really fun is, when you play in your fantasy leagues every year, you're usually playing with the same people, unless you go join an online league and just kind of randomly play. But you have that league that you play in every year that has the same people in it, and you know them, and you kind of get to be family and all that. That's also what happens at Elite Fantasy Games. Everybody that plays at Elite Fantasy Games, when you keep playing Elite Fantasy Games, you keep seeing the same people, and you build that brotherhood throughout the whole year with these guys and girls that love fantasy, that love the Elite Fantasy Games. It's fun to actually see the same people. You can start developing relationships, start talking some trash. You get that same camaraderie, but it's not for the season. It's not just for the game. You get it all year long as you keep playing at EliteFantasyGames.com.
We have games all year round, and we have players from coast to coast. We have players from Boston, from San Francisco, Cleveland, to Tampa, to Denver, and of course most of us are here in Central Texas because that's where we started. There's players from Montana and all over, and over the years we have games all year long. I mean, just the month of March we've got 5 March Madness games, an Oscar pool, and we're gonna have 4 baseball games later this month, and that's just the month of March. Our player base is huge, and definitely friendships and rivalries have begun because of our club, and that personally for me, that's what makes me happy.
And that's what's so fun. Like, don't think, I don't want to get too far off track, because we are talking about the March Madness games, but they do have, they cover everything. Like you said, they do Oscars, they do Grammys, they do every single sport under the sun, from golf to wrestling to your NFL to XFL to all of it. They got their hands in everything, and their games are truly unique and truly a lot of fun. This month, this show, this message that you're listening to is all about the March Madness, though. 5 games. Grab yourself a Hyundai, because that will get you an entry in every single one of these games. $10 for a men's bracket, $10 for a women's bracket. You can buy multiple entries in there if you want to go a little more. We got the Pure Madness for $10. We got the Classic for $20 and the Supreme for $50. And remember, in the Supreme, your $50 is live. That's $50 that you will use to buy the teams that are going to win you money and take down other people's $50. It's an amazing setup as always. I'm excited for March Madness in the first place, and now I'm even more excited, Daniel, thanks to EliteFantasyGames.com for putting these together. I can't wait to get into some of these myself. So if you want to come, take me on. And another thing that's fun, and I want to bring this up before we sign out, is that you and Cody actually get in on the action too, because these games are specifically designed so that you guys don't have an advantage. This is everybody playing against everybody. This is set up so that everybody has the same chance of winning as anybody else.
Absolutely. We do this because we love it, but we do it because we want to play too. So yes, I personally won the women's bracket the first year we did it. I didn't win last year, so I'm going back. I'm going to try to get my women's crown back this year for sure.
If you are into March Madness, if you're not into March Madness, because it doesn't matter, you're still going to fill out a bracket. So fill out a bracket and make some new friends and learn some new games. But like I said, take a little extra and play some games that you've never played before, because that's what Elite Fantasy Games is bringing to the table. They're bringing more entertainment, more fun, and more friendships, the fantasy games that you like to play. Daniel, again, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody can find you at
EliteFantasyGames.com is our public website. Check it out there. You can message us there, and we can get you involved in all of our games.
There you go. Thank you, Daniel, for joining us. EliteFantasyGames.com. Grab yourself a hundy, play these games for March Madness, win real money, zero rake, 100% entertainment all the time. Have a great time. Daniel, have yourself a great day and enjoy the tournament.
Thank you so much for this time to tell you about it, and appreciate your great words. I'm looking forward to coming back in the future.
EliteFantasyGames.com. You're listening to That Effin' Sport Show. Go play these games, make money. Have a great day. Enjoy the tournament, everybody.